Hola, everyone. Hello. You know what day it is. Today is Wednesday. We are almost over the hump. Some people call it hump day, but we are there. We are almost here, and it's going to hump over to Friday. So thank God that God woke us up and we are here today for another Wednesday Wisdom Nugget. So I hope that the year has been going well for everyone. I wanted to rep the one and the only, my alma mater, Clark Atlanta University. Clark Atlanta University has taught me so much with education and also mentally and spiritually. I have met friends that have lasted a lifetime. I learned so many character traits there. So this is my vest, and it is the Clark Atlanta University Panthers. Shout out to the class of 2009. And I'm proud of everyone. I still say to this day that that is the greatest class, especially the communications majors, because that was my major. Whoop, whoop. I'm going to go with Ephesians 3, verse 20, and it reads, and this is the New International Version. Now to him who is able to do immeasurably more than all we ask or imagine, according to his power that is at work within us. Today I'm going to talk about the road to success, waiting. So I chose that verse, and I could have easily chose a verse that dealt with just waiting or giving you hope with waiting. But I chose that verse so you could concentrate on the result. God can do exceedingly, abundantly, above all that we can ask for. And I'm here to tell you, if you want to be successful, if you're very highly driven with goals, such as myself, and you're the type of person who is an overthinker, such as myself, and you want things on a timeline, but don't limit God. So that's why I chose that verse. Don't ever limit God and what he can do. He can always move things and shift them and move your life around the way that he wants it to. And it all will align. Don't get discouraged with waiting. Don't get discouraged on your journey to success if things don't work out. Don't get discouraged with rejections and failures. It does not mean that you're not going to be successful. Timing is everything in life. And sometimes you do have the knowledge. You do have everything you need to be successful, but guess what you don't have? You don't have the character traits. You're not a good person. You're not a nice person. So sometimes you may have to go through a little bit of character building. You may have to learn patience. You may have to learn the art of good customer service if you want to be a business owner. There is nothing worse, and I see this often with people who are business owners. There's nothing worse with people who are business owners and they're very rude, or they don't listen to you. They don't take accountability. Those are all horrible character traits. And I don't care if you do have a business. It's not going to last if you're not there for the people. If you're just there for the money, it's not going to last. You have to be there for your community. You have to be there for the people, especially in customer service. You have to care about people, or customer service should not be your business aspiration. So when it comes to being successful, you're going to have lots of bumps and bruises. You're going to have lots of twists and turns. It just comes with the territory. One thing you have to do is pray often and just relax and expect it. I hate to say it. Look at celebrities and look at their lives. Look at what they go through. A lot of them come from humble beginnings, and a lot of them made it to success, and then it fell through and they had to start from the beginning. I'm here to tell you, if you want to be successful, success is not in the bare minimum category. You will never be successful being average. You have to be consistent. You have to be persistent as well. You have to consistently wake up every day and create that formula. Like, what do you want to do? Why do you want to do it? And one thing that I will say with successful people, they don't have a lot of accessibility. You're not going to be able to get on the phone with very successful people because they have to dedicate a lot of time to their passion and their purpose. Don't get offended. They just have to really spend time with their craft. And it's what they love. And when you're doing what you love, you don't even count the time, the minutes, the days, or the hours. You're in love with it. And that's what you want. Make sure that whatever you're going for, that you're consistent in the formula, you're consistent in going after it. It's something that you love to do. And like I said, your number one thing shouldn't just be money. It should be the passion that you get out of it. How does it make you feel? Do you have a purpose? Do you feel good after doing whatever you're trying to do? And for me, I actually like this. This is my therapy. I love talking to people about how to help them. And I love telling them about my life experiences. But mental health is something that I'm willing to help other people with and to open up about and to talk about, because there's so many people, they stay quiet about it and they stay silent. But that's not necessarily the best option. It could, really mess you up on the inside and make you feel worse. It's okay to open up. But when it comes to success and being successful and finding out what you want to do, first you have to love it. It has to be a love for you. It has to be something that you really want to do. You wake up and you're thinking about it. You go to sleep and you think about it. And don't get discouraged with waiting. Don't get discouraged if you are, working on a business and it's not turning out the way that you thought. There are so many people who have started businesses and it happened that way for them. It took them years to get to where they are. One thing you need to have when it comes to accomplishing your dreams and success is patience. Do not get discouraged. Do not be upset. Do not get angry, and just keep going and learn everything you need to about businesses and about whatever you want to do to be successful. You need to know all the ins and outs. If you're starting a business, please make sure that you know financial literacy, you know those contracts, you understand the contracts, you know how much money you need for startup costs. And if you want to save money for a business, you need to have a game plan of, okay, how many jobs do I need? How much money do I need to save? When am I going to quit this job and focus on my business? Like, you really just have to sit down. And for me, I'm a big, believer in writing a vision and writing down goals. Write your goals down, create weekly goals and follow them. It doesn't make sense to create weekly goals and not follow them. Follow up and stay consistent. I don't care what you're doing, just stay consistent. And most of all, sometimes we look at things and we think it's failures, and it's not necessarily a failure. Sometimes it's all about timing. It's the right thing and the right path, but it may be the wrong timing. There's several things like that that happened to me in my life. And it is hurtful and it is discouraging. A lot of people know about my recent situation with, I was a flight attendant. And with being a flight attendant, it, of course, requires a lot of hours, a lot of training. And yeah, it was something that I always wanted to do for a lot of years. I had forgotten all about it. I applied for it. They called me and I went for the training, was very excited. But guess what happened? The voices in my head started getting to me, because before, all the times I got rejected, all the many years I got rejected, I've been trying to do this job for many, many years. And those voices got in my head saying, oh, this isn't for you. You're this or you're that. And you have to learn how to mute your inner critic and mute the inside and the outside voices. And for some reason, I couldn't do that. There were times that I just kept fumbling. And I ended up failing a very important test, and they cut me from the gig. And I was very discouraged. Sometimes I still am pretty discouraged. I'm not even going to lie. Sometimes I do get sad, and sometimes I'm still just like, that didn't work out for me. But even in situations like that, I was my own worst critic. I was my own worst enemy. And don't ever let that be you either. If anybody should be more excited than anybody else, it should be you about your dreams. You should be rooting for yourself. You should be confident in what you're doing. You should know what you want to do and why you want to do it. You should be passionate. When people ask you about what you want to do with your life or whatever you're pursuing, you should be selling it to them like nothing. And you should be so excited and so happy about it. Don't ever let the biggest critic be you. So that is also my take back advice from my mistake. And because my biggest critic was myself, I lost that opportunity. But it doesn't mean that I can't do it again. Always uplift yourself. Always know that it is possible. Anything is possible if you believe. There's no point in praying for something, working towards it, whatever, if you don't believe in it. It's going to plummet if you don't. You have to have faith and you have to believe in what you really want to do. And you are going to make it. Do not get discouraged while you wait to be successful. Some people get their stuff later in life. It doesn't mean that you failed. And that's what I keep telling myself as well. As long as you wake up every day and you have a good attitude, anything is possible, and you keep working towards your dreams and have faith, it's all going to interline and come together. And one thing I will say, timing is everything. So when the timing is aligned and everything comes together and you are in the right space and frame of mind to really receive those blessings and do right by them and give God all of the glory, God is going to show up and show out for you. So don't get discouraged with waiting. The last shall be first and the first shall be last. And stop looking to your left and your right and over your shoulder at your neighbor at where they are in the race. That's their journey. You have your own journey. We all have our own specific DNA. Stop looking at other people and comparing your lives to them, okay? You don't know what they're going through. You don't know what I'm going through. I don't know what you're going through. Just stay the course and follow your pace and just stay in your lane and grind and focus. I'm telling you, it's all going to come together, guys. Do not get discouraged while trying to be successful and waiting. Stop thinking about the waiting. Just keep going and keep working at it. Even on your darkest days when you don't feel like it, it's all going to come together. I hope this helps someone. God bless. Bye-bye. Clark Atlanta.